Hey everyone, this is Alex.
This is Bashka. We're the Full Odyssey, and this is episode 21.
Yep, 21. And today is going to be a somewhat special episode, I guess.
I don't know, you tell me. I don't know what we're going to do right now. I really have no idea what's the topic this time, so.
Right, so of course, Valentine's Day is coming up on the weekend.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of our how we're feeling.
That's always good.
Yeah. So, Bosh, what are you planning to do on Valentine's Day?
I'm thinking I'm probably going to buy myself a good game or probably put money in my gacha and then roll for a Valentine banner. I mean, what else am I going to do? What about you? What bright and happy story do you have to share with us?
Oh, I discovered a new thing called S&M, which is sadness and masturbation. So I'm going to try that. Well, I've been trying that for the last 20 so years.
Oh, for me, I don't know. I don't have to be sad to do it, so I do it regardless of the mood.
So, I think... Wait, so was it a couple of years ago we tried speed dating, right?
Don't remind me.
It wasn't a bad experience, though. I enjoyed it.
Well, for me, there's that one person at the end, the one that I get along really well with.
Yeah.
That one was fun, but other than that, looking at those people makes me feel sad.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel sad. I'm like, why?
Well, it's because we're not... See, the thing is, it's either they didn't like what we did as a career or we were too young for them, right? So we weren't in that right target demographic for speed dating.
I mean, yeah, but no.
Okay, what would you do to change it, to make it better?
Not going there at all.
Not going there. But what if I asked you to go speed dating with me again? Would you do it?
Of course not.
When? What if I bought your ticket?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, like, what's the how can I say? What's your budget? Like, what's your limit? How much are you willing to spend?
Nothing, because I don't know, because the first time it was an interesting idea, I'm like, okay, see there, meet people, talk to them, see what they're like, see interesting. I see their face, I see their eye, I see their intention, and I see what they're interested in, and it's interesting. It's very interesting because all of them because I'm an asshole as a human, okay? So I always test people. I always do. I always throw a hook and see if something caught something and it'll pull a reaction, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I always do that. All of them fall for it. So I was like, okay. So that's it. I guess, considering the situation and condition, I guess that would be why you're here, kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Like, okay, what do you mean? Like, what's your bait? What's your hook?
Well, you probably felt it too. Like, for example, at that time, it was for like career and whatever, right? Just by throwing a simple loop, but like what we do, or like like just stuff like that. I wasn't even like doing like when I'm making friends, like when I was like talking to you, I would ask you this weird shit and make you go like, what the fuck, Yeah, I didn't even do that. I haven't even gotten to that point yet. So
Okay.
I was just like asking how like why, or like what was there, like I don't know. It's like trying to probe into like why are they here and what are they looking for. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Are they looking for like a partner kind of thing? Like, just like a friend to get along and like, like share hardship together, or they're just, looking for something else. And well, most of the people seems to be looking for something else. Other than that lady that I met on the last one. That one, she was looking for a friend, and then it was great.
Yeah, she's just from what I can remember is most of them didn't know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But they wanted to go speed dating to try it out.
For me, I think, well, probably not, but they have a certain, what do you call it, like a standard.
Yeah.
I came here, I don't know what I'm hoping, but I know what I'm looking for, kind of thing.
Yeah.
They need to be at least this kind of thing. If you don't meet it, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Do you think that's how can I say it? Obviously before I used to think like, oh man, that's not so unfair. Like, how come we have to try so hard to impress these girls and not the other way around, right? But then
not really. I don't think that's I mean, personally, I don't think that's the case at all. But
yeah, but then like now my mentality has changed, right? So now it's like, okay, what can I do to improve myself to be more
That's
appealing.
that's the goal. Yeah, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Because it's not about them; it's about you, right?
Right. But the thing is, if do you think that after we get to a certain point, our standards would change with us, and we become like we expect too much from the other person?
I don't know about expecting too much. I mean, expecting is not how do I say this? Like it's not something that I grew up with. I don't grow up expecting things to happen.
Right.
Other than a comrades in arm.
Like a loyal
In the
friend.
civilized people, in the civilized people, it's a like coworker and stuff. People who share the same burden and responsibility as you.
I see.
Other than that, I don't expect anything to happen. What I mean?
But say, for example, like you became a lawyer or something, or a doctor, right? Someone who's making like like extraordinary amounts of money.
Mm-hmm.
Would you expect your partner to make at least somewhat the same as you, or you don't care
No.
if she works at McDonald's making like 10K
Why?
a year?
I don't care. I don't
I see.
care. Like who? That's not. It's not about the money. That's at least for me how to think of it. It's never about the money. It's not about the money. It's never about the money. If we have enough, that's good. If enough is what makes it work, then so be it, right?
We're wired differently, right? Guys and
Yeah,
girls are
definitely.
wired differently. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and even you and me were wired differently.
different, but also more
Similar.
more same than we like to admit, I think.
I don't want to admit it, so no.
So, what's it? So this year is gonna be another lonely Valentine's Day for us.
For you.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, you know what? We can spend Valentine's Day together.
No. That's why I said for you. Because you'll be spending alone.
So, what's it? These days, I've been thinking about like messaging people in the past, and
Okay.
and every time I think about doing that, for some reason,
Okay,
when I
so let me clarify something. When I said people in the past, what does that mean? As in like your friend from back high school? Or is it your exes that you just don't know how to talk to again? Or just, I don't know, people you lost contact? What is this?
I'll leave it ambiguous, but you know what I'm
Course.
talking about.
Just like you. You're ambiguous at best.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I think about doing that, and then I go on Reddit, and then they go, "Hey, you thinking about the past? Don't fucking do it." I was like, "Oh." For some
That's
reason,
right.
every time it gets me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Move on.
Move on. But people like us, Bosh, we don't choose.
What do you mean
to.
us?
Know,
Why are you bringing me with you? You deal with that on your own.
it's like Captain America. Some people choose to move on, but not us. And then it's getting to the point where I think I'm willing to go get a mail order bride from Russia.
I'm sorry, what the fuck? One more time?
Like I think it's getting to the point where like, okay, maybe I should just do an arranged marriage. Like, fuck it. Why not, right? Get a mail order bride from Russia, sign up for arranged marriage websites. Fuck it, right?
If you're expecting me to say, yeah, totally, this is where you're wrong.
Really?
You do whatever you want to do, dude. For me, I don't really care. That's the thing. For me, I don't care. So, like, I'm not, how do I say this? I don't want to say I'm not that desperate. It's just that right now, that's not my primary concern.
I mean, that's fair, but
Yeah.
I always have this irrational fear that, because I'll be honest, like, my parents never asked me of anything, right? Same, like, how can I say, like, they never asked me of anything. They expect me to do stuff, right? Like, go to school and do this or that, but they never told me, like, you have to do these things.
Oh, lately they do?
No, but lately, the only thing they've been asking for me is just a grandkid.
See, you want to know the best way to do it?
What's that?
Get a cat.
That's not the same though, Bosh.
Oh, you'll be surprised.
I do want to get a cat.
You'll be
though.
surprised. You'll get a cat, the whole family becomes happier. Why? Now they have something to take care of.
What are you talking about?
They'll keep their mind out of something.
They do have something to take care of. Me, I'm a giant man baby. Or giant baby.
You're ambiguous. That's what you are. You're you, and I see that.
I would say I'm more lazy than anything. Like if I was motivated to do stuff, I would probably be more like, how can I say,
What do you
like
mean by that?
more
What do you mean by
adult.
that? This is a dangerous line of thought. Where are you going here? What do you mean by if you're less lazy?
Well, you know how long it took me to get a computer desk? Like fucking 3 months after I moved into this place. You know what I mean? Like
So
most of the time, people would be like, "Okay, I need a computer desk. I'll get it. I need a
who's most people?
non-lazy people."
Who are they? I've never seen one before. I never met one. You're
Well,
talking about this imaginary people that I've never met, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure our manager, Marky Mark, shouts to you, Marky Mark. You know, he's not lazy.
I don't know. I don't know him outside. He's not a manager anymore. That's why, like right now, he. I don't know. As far as I know, he's very chill. He just do whatever. He's
Well,
going back to that.
no, he's our manager for our podcast. He's our manager. That's what I mean.
Oh right. That's true.
Yeah.
Because because like he's a lot more relaxed now. You can see it.
He is,
He
yeah.
doesn't go outside of his way and whatever. He's just like do whatever. He's like like outside. Yeah, how was the thing? I'm like I don't know. I could pull this out, but I don't know. I could do my best. That's it, right? He starts thinking like I'm like yeah. See, this is yeah. I know you. You're not the man I once know, but yeah, I know you.
But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff that I have to do that I haven't done yet because I haven't looked
Mhm.
into doing those things
What's stopping you?
because I'm lazy.
Well, then do something about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you can't.
If you really want to, then nothing should be stopping you.
Yeah, but old habits die hard, as they say.
Well, it's not a habit. Maybe you just don't want to. You know what I mean?
But okay, going back to the original thing, which was the arranged marriage thing. Like, yeah. So now it's gotten to a point where I'm like, oh my god, I'm running out of time. You know,
What time?
having this irrational fear.
Of what?
Because I told you before, right? Like, I don't want to have a kid when my parents are like 80 years old and they can't move and have fun with the grandkid, right? I want them to be able to at least enjoy running around and hold the kid while they still have a chance to. But that's my irrational fear. I know it's like,
I mean, then so that's your goal, right?
right.
You want that to happen. So what step have you done in order to do that?
Well, I tried like was it online dating apps, but didn't. You know, I told you I have
Okay,
like
so we did that. Like, so we did online dating apps.
Mhm.
We did
we did speed dating,
we did what you call it, sweet dating and whatnot, and it didn't work out well. So
No.
why did that not work out well?
speed dating.
Well, either or. Like, why does any of those didn't work out well?
Because when you're dating online,
Hmm.
as a female, you get so many likes, messages, all these things happening at once. Unless you have the mental fortitude for it, it's very hard to weed out the people that you don't want to continue a relationship with or pursue a relationship with.
Is that it? Is it just up to their mood? That's all there is to it?
It is, right? I mean,
Is
like,
there nothing, personally that you could change or improve or whatever?
I'm sure there is, but
Hmm.
for the most part, you have to understand, like, online, you're also
Mhm.
competing with like hundreds of other guys going for the same girl.
Are you saying it's not the same in outside in offline?
It's well, I would say you have a better chance is because you have a direct answer right away. Like, yes, no, maybe, right?
Yeah, and it's the same competition anywhere, everywhere. It's the same.
Yeah, but then
whether you're outside, offline, online.
but in real life, you're able to show off your personality, whereas online, you only have a message, maybe a sentence or two to show, and you don't always get that right attitude come across in that message. You know.
I suppose.
So the thing is, I'm trying to get you to go on dating apps, but you never do. You download it and then delete it like immediately after.
I used it, but I just like, cause how do I say this? For me personally, I see people, living people, not dead people. Uh, it's just like I don't know, like because like when you I don't see anything on a photo. I
Mhm.
don't see their person. How do I say this?
You don't see their personality. You have to talk to them.
It's kind of like not, I don't even have to. If I could just like see them, I could tell how they carry themselves, right? How they walk, how they stand, how their expression changes, how they smile,
Mm.
what kind of person just from that you learn from that, right? You know, like is that person, how to say this, putting up a wall? Is this person easy to open up? Is this person is the type that, what do you call it, like it's just people, the quirk, people's quirk, an extension their personality, right?
So do you?
that's what i that's what I really like. But like for online apps and stuff, what they see is like, photo,
It is. Yeah. It's very.
and that photo can be from 5 years ago when they're at their best, or it could be some super distorted picture that they try to, it's you can't tell anything
It
right
could.
now.
It could even be a fake photo. You never know.
Exactly, you might not be her at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. For me, like the fact that, and because like I don't know, as far as I know, like right now, that's like the most prevalent way to finding matches and stuff, right? From online, everybody's, and I just think that, um, how do I say this? I don't want to say fickle either, because when it works out, it works out. But when it doesn't, it feels
It is fickle.
fickle. You know what I
It
mean?
is fickle. It's.
It's like you meet and whatnot, and like, oh, it doesn't work out, and then they just break off. And if there's something like pushing you together, for example, like like time limit, you have a time limit, she has a time limit too. You guys decide to go, I don't know, make it work together, and then it didn't work out, and you guys just like get a divorce or whatever.
Mhm.
It just feels fickle, it's I don't know, very transient. That's that's what it feels like, and I don't. I feel like those relationship needs to be how do I say this, like more precious, more dear, more closer,
I see.
more warm. Do you get what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah, I think it's just the culture that it is now, right? We're more
Maybe.
superficial than before. We're more fickle
Mm.
than before. Like ghosting is
Yeah.
more common, right? Like
What's a ghosting?
like you'll be like, "Hey, let's meet up," and then they're like, "Sure," and they're like, "Okay, what time?" And they never respond. Like
Okay.
that kind of thing. Like they just abandon.
Because when you say ghosting, it's like it remembers me of this equipment that makes your body armor ghost element.
Yeah,
You're immune to physical attacks. I was like, oh,
yeah, kind
oh.
of similar to the idea where you just like disappear and you've never been seen again.
Just immune to anything else.
Right, like before,
Okay.
like I had a few times where I matched people online, and I'm like, "Hey, okay, what time do you like?" We set up a date, right? And then on the day of, they're like, "Oh, sorry, I can't. Something came up." And then, to me, that just meant that they were never interested, and they decided to bail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people would be like, "Okay, let's set up another." Like my friend would be like, "Oh, you should have just asked them to set up another date, right?"
Mm.
But to me, if they were interested and they said something come up, they would reschedule as well.
If it's up to me, when somebody says something came up, most of the time it's not that they have something to do or whatever. They just don't want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Not because they're not interested, but not just because they're interested. It's just like they don't think they find the whole effort is worth it.
That means they're not interested. If they're interested, they would be willing to go. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to word it that way.
Yeah. See, like, if like, for me, if someone was interested, like, okay, for me, like, say I was setting up a date with a girl,
Mm-hmm.
and then something came up for me, I'd be like, "Hey, sorry, I can't meet up with you on Saturday, but I can do Sunday if that's okay with you." Like, I would, try to change the date so it would work out.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be like, "Oh, sorry, I can't go on Saturday," and that's it.
Peace.
Yeah, exactly. Peace. See, that's why in my mind, to me, that means they're not interested.
Mm.
Although I guess they want to play games and they want to test if I was willing to chase them. I don't know. I'm not willing to do that.
Yeah,
That's not what I want to do.
that is true. I don't know.
So like, for you, okay. Enough about dating. Let's talk about
Okay.
relationships. Like, what's your ideal relationship? Like, how would you Like if you met the girl, what kind of relationship would you want with that girl?
How about we start with you?
Hmm.
Because, well, for me personally, I find your ideal is very
Different?
confusing.
What do you mean by confusing? What confuses you?
What do you want from it? What do you expect them to do to you? Do they? What do they want? Like, what do you what? I just don't get it anymore. Why? What are you guys doing? It's like,
I don't think I want too much. I just want someone who's open-minded and like, you know,
what do you mean by open-minded though? Regarding what?
oh, because like we like to play video games. We like anime. So we like mangas. We like toys and gadgets.
That's a hobby.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want someone to like they don't have to have the same interests, but at least be open to the idea, or okay with it.
So you want someone that could do your hobby with you? Is that what you wanted?
Kind of, yeah. Someone who respects it, I guess, or understands. There are some girls out there who are just like, ew, you play anime or you play video games, or ew, you watch anime. Like, okay, that's cool. That's your thing, right? But this is my thing, and if you're open to it,
I don't know. I don't know how do I say this. Like, I don't know. Most of the female I met doesn't really have that reaction, but
I know. But I'm just saying there are some out there who
Yeah.
are like that, right?
yeah, yeah.
And then just like if they want to, like if I want to take them out to dim sum, like, hey, you want to try chicken feet? They're like, okay, sure, I'll try it. Oh, I don't, now it's going, ew, I don't eat feet. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by open minded. Like they're willing to try things. I'm willing to try things.
Willing to try things? Well, do you though?
For the right person, I will.
Let's just say, like the person is like, Japanese, and like, yeah, you gotta eat natto.
I tried it before. I hated it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell them, it's like, oh, you know what? I tried it. I didn't like it. But I'm not gonna be like, ugh, natto, gross. Without even giving it a chance. Who knows? Maybe I would have liked
I
it.
don't know because that's me. Me, I don't give a chance. I don't give a chance. I don't want to. I don't know. Really, seriously, especially like when it comes to food,
Yeah.
I don't want to have my palate level drop. You know what I mean? Like, ugh, like this thing is so nasty. Why did I put it inside my mouth? That's like insane.
But some people like it.
You know,
though.
like
People love that stuff.
Yes, not me. So I could tell it without even eating it. I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Okay, what about you then? What's your ideal relationship? Like, how would that work?
How really simple for me. I don't ask much to begin with. I just want them to be there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You can do whatever they want. I'll do whatever I want. But we'll there. If we need each other, we'll be there. If you want to be something when I'm doing something, yeah, by all means. If you're doing some things and I want to be with you, I'll be there. Just there. Just be there for each other. That's all. I'm not asking them to be.
okay. What if she asked you
What?
to stop playing video games? Like, you can't play video games anymore
Why?
because she doesn't like it.
Like,
She doesn't like it when you play video games. So she's like, okay, stop playing video games, Bosh. I don't like it when you do that.
what do you want me to do it then? Like, what do you want me to do? For like, okay, I don't play games now. I have this time in my life. What do you want me to do?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So,
Because that's the question, right? If she's offered like, yeah, how about we start doing this, and it's something that I might enjoy more than video game, like, yeah, by all means. It's not like I have to play video games. You know what I mean? I just do it because it's fun, right? If she has like doing something that's more fun, I'd be like, yeah, why not? I don't mind trying that.
is there any
Kind of like
is
that.
there anything that she would say for you to give up that you'd be like, nope, I'm not giving that up?
I mean, I don't know. Because at first I thought like video game, but then again I just realized too, right? I mean, not playing video games to have fun, right? That's just like enjoy the thing. If there's something else, that's I don't know, probably. I don't know.
What about like reading books? Because you like reading, right? Where she's like, okay, no more reading that Japanese crap, no more.
Okay, so what do you want me to do then? Like, what's the alternative? Do you want me to just space out in the blind journey? Like, there has to be something. It's a hobby that I do to kill time.
I see.
So
Interesting. So you
yeah,
really don't.
if there's an idea to do something, because I've never met anybody in life that just go like, okay, stop, don't do that ever anymore. I'm like, huh?
Yeah. Well, you
What's
hear
wrong
horror
with
stories
you?
out there, right?
Like-
But, I don't
Like
think
what?
we actually will meet someone like that. But never say never is what I'm saying. Hmm.
Yeah, no, I just never it never crossed my mind. Like, okay, huh? What? I mean, sure.
Okay, how about this? What if the girl that you're with wants an open relationship?
Mm, That's a no. Because I'm possessive as God allows. It's like, yep. I'm the type that gets super jealous. I'm the type that's super thing. But the thing is, like, I know that getting super jealous and super clingy, it's like, it's tiring. It's very tiring for the person who on the receiving end,
Oh yeah,
right?
people. Yeah,
So,
not.
and even on my like past relationship too, I was like that. Like I was like that. But I know how do I say this? Like I know that people don't enjoy being done that. So most of the time, I just held back. Like I just don't get jealous. I'm like, oh, you want to play? Yeah, 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 go ahead. Do you want me to come with you? I was like, oh, okay, sure. Like, if this is like, yeah, and I'll tag along and stuff like that. But if it's like, nah, I'm hanging out with my friend, I'm like, and then I got jealous and stuff. But I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Just go. Like I just like hold all this dark feeling within me, but then like it's okay, kind of like that because it's not good to yeah. But then, well, at least on one of my relationship, that's also one of the reason why I broke up
Oh,
because they thought that I was too what do you call it?
y-
I let them do whatever. Like I don't show all the feelings. You know what I mean? Like the jealousy, the clinginess. They were like, yeah, I do it on like minimum, like a normal amount. But it seems like they felt like I just let them go kind of thing. And I'm like, bitch, I'm holding myself back here. Are you serious?
I think that's kind of weird that people shouldn't purposely make their partner jealous. That's weird.
No, I don't think they're trying to be jealous. It's just that like when they're hanging out and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Because like even like with a male dude and whatever, like for example, like I mean because I hang out with like my female friends and whatever too, right? Like all the time. It's and she didn't say anything. If she does that and I say stuff, it's just not right, right?
Mm.
But at the same time, it's like she kind of went like, you are you not jealous and stuff like that? I'm like, oh, I kind of do a little bit, but she's like, well, you don't really show it. Like, do you actually like, you know, think that I'm like important to you? I'm like, well, yeah, but then what the hell? Do you want me to like tie you up and put you on a cage? Like, I don't think that's that's how it should work. So
Oh,
yeah,
so you're saying
but
you have
it's
trouble expressing your emotions sometimes?
yeah, because I don't even in life like I'm not very good with like subtle. So here's the thing, like when you're driving, when you step on the
Yeah.
gas, there's this middle point, right? It's not zero and max, right? It's it's not zero and the
Mm-hmm.
floor. It's somewhere in between. For me, I can't do that. Like I just don't. It's either zero or max. Like if you let me, then I'll unleash it. If you don't let me, then I'm not gonna put it out at all.
That's
I just don't know. I just don't know the middle line. I never do in anything
that's
in
not
life.
very healthy, Bosh.
It's not. I'm not a very healthy person. You know that. Both mentally and physically, yeah. Physically, I'm on the better
Yeah,
side, but mentally, I'm pretty torn up.
it's something we have to work on. Because I'm kind of like that too, but more on the I keep it in myself. Like example was like was it a couple of weeks ago? Me and Bosch kind of had, or I kind of got a little annoyed with Basha because of the podcast. He wasn't uploading stuff on time,
Oh,
right? But the whole time in my mind, I was just like, I made it more worse than it actually was. I think that's my problem. Is like I make it worse than it actually is,
for me, I don't know what you got so worked up on.
because I make it bigger in my head than it actually is, right? Right? If I just because
Right.
I was talking. Oh, no, okay, so let me explain the story. So first, it was you didn't really like to record often, and you didn't want to upload stuff on time, and then I was like, oh man, like Bosch
It,
got
things like it's not that I don't want to. It's more of a like like this, right? I'm like, okay, if we get into like schedule, it's amazing. If we don't, well, a day or two, or probably even like take a week off, it'll be fine too. Like it's not like it's a insane amount of commitment. That's what was running
yeah,
through
yeah.
my mind. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's a
Yeah.
thing, right? And then Alex, go on, go on, it's your show. you,
In my mind, I was thinking like, oh, Boschka doesn't want to do this anymore. He wants to quit, but he doesn't want to say anything, and this and that. And then like I kept playing this scenario in my head where we break up the podcast and stuff like that. And then I was telling Andre, our number three, Andre's like, oh man, Andre, Boschka is this and this. Like I do all this stuff. I don't ask much of Boschka. Blah, blah, blah. And then Andre's
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
dude, you just gotta be more honest with your feelings.
Ew.
Yeah.
I find this conversation very, very disturbing.
And now we're bickering like an angry couple.
I
I
wasn't.
know, I
You
was.
are.
Because that's what I do. I'm like bigger in my head than it actually is. And then when I actually talk to you about it, and you're like, oh, okay, sorry, my bad. Well, you know what? Let's work it out. And I was like, oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It's just that. I was like, it's
And
just
then
that.
like a day later, I was like, I'm sorry, Mosh, I went crazy. And you're like, yeah, I know. I knew you were going to grovel to me.
Yeah, because you went extreme. I was like, huh? This guy, did he shove something on his bum? I shouldn't ask. You know, those kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
so it's something that we both are similar in that respect, I guess. But I've never seen you go off the spectrum before. Like I've never seen you at 100.
Because I'm always good at holding myself back. I'm amazing at that. No, seriously, I'm like world class when I'm like, you know, like if it's about something I want and something, you know, like those kind of stuff. I'm very good at like repressing those thoughts, like, whoo, like almost like second to none, like almost even if it's like, you know, the one thing that I really want and like, you know, like those, you know, the Mushoku Tensei thing, right? The one that I really want and whatnot. That was like this goods and stuff, like I would have bought, but like every time I was like, even if they like flaunt it in front of me, hey, do you want this in my face? I could hold it back like on that instant. Like I'm that I'm good at controlling my desires, so to speak.
Interesting. Okay, so going back to relationships, like
Oh wow, we went far. To
well,
the
kind
left
of, but still related. It's just how we are, right? But anyways,
True.
if a girl, if you're with a girl and she purposely always try to push your buttons, how would you react to that? Would you like try to keep that in, or would you always be at 100?
Well, oh no, I'll probably gonna be asked like, so what's the goal here? If there's something that you want from me, it's better if you say it, and then I'll do it. Or if you're like, you know, trying to see where I'm willing to go, you're going to regret this. That's kind of like a pep talk I have to people that like annoys me.
See.
Even like with Vincent, I say this like, so what's your intention here? Because I'm expecting that you're not doing this on purpose to like piss the hell out of me, but because if you are, I'm going to fight back, and you're not gonna like this. Like there's like, oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I know. So stop doing it. It's like, okay.
But that's the difference, though.
I had that talk with him, and he was like,
That's different, though, because he unintentionally annoys people.
Yeah,
I guess sometimes on
that's the
purpose.
thing, right?
Yeah.
But like, if that one's on purpose, that's it. If that's on purpose, like I don't know, right? If someone's doing it on purpose or not, I gotta make sure their intention is
but what
clear.
if they're
Because I'm gonna tell them. That's what I'm saying. Like, because as I was asking them, I would be like, you know, for example, I'll be like saying to them like, well, if this kind of keeps going, I'm gonna retail it in this way. Are you okay with that? Like, I would make sure that happened first. If they're like, sure, all right, it start right now.
But can you handle being in a relationship where you're always constantly like struggling to? I guess because she wants more control over you, or something like that, like that power struggle almost.
What kind of like? Because I can't imagine the scenario here. Could you give me a scenario or like a what, like or more like a specific what you call it?
Okay, so say you're dating a girl who's wants to control how you dress, what you do, what you eat, and who you interact with.
Because the things like, for example, like dress, or I'm totally fine. Yeah, totally. Because I have a shitty dress code. So if she could like put on a good dress on me, I'm like, yeah, by all means. You know this better than I do. I'm like, yeah, if I could look cool,
Okay,
or whatever. And then for like for my eat, I think that's reasonable. I don't eat very healthy. She told me to eat something healthy. I'm like, but yeah, I mean, I don't like it, but I guess I'll try to eat it. It's for my good. As I'm saying this, I kind of realize that I really look at people in the positive light, eh?
You never used to, though. That's kind of weird. You never used to. You always expected. Didn't you say you always expect the worst out of people, and they had to prove that they're good, or something like that?
Well, depending on the situation, right? Because like this one I'm talking to, it's like it's kind of like my partner in life, right? So why would I expect the worst from my partner in life?
You like dating crazies? I don't know.
I date crazy, but Good
Good
crazy.
crazy.
Chaotic good.
There is a good crazy. Yeah. There is a good crazy.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's a lot of fun crazy though. I like fun crazies.
What if she tries to change you to be someone that you're not? Would you be okay with that?
Like what? Depend what kind of person it is though.
Like a smoker, drinker.
Like for example, I can't smoke. I did once, it hurts. Like I will die before I do a one good smoke pull. Like I can't learn how to breathe because I've been doing what is that thing called? You know it's kind of like an old traditional what do you call it? The thing they do now, the water vapor thing.
Vape.
Vape.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so there was that. I tried to use that once, and I was like breathing from my nose and mouth at the same time, and it was just like I was like,
Well, that's normal. That's normal if you do it for the first time. You gotta get used to it.
no, it wasn't the first time. It wasn't the first time either. That was like my fourth time, and every time I do that, I'm like dying.
Yeah, well, you're not used
Yeah.
to it. That's why you don't
True.
get used to it right
But
away.
for smoker, I can't do it because I don't like the smell of the smoke. And like drinker, I hate alcohol. I hate the taste of it. I will never come to like it, and I don't get drunk either, so there's no point in me drinking alcohol.
What if she wants you to get a tattoo?
I can't get a tattoo. I'm afraid of needles. And my religion also didn't allow it, but
I was waiting for you to say that. Like smoking and drinking, that's against your religion, isn't it?
right, now that you mention it.
That's what I mean. Like she's trying to convert you back to.
Back to? What do you mean back to? Hold up. Repeat. What do you mean back to? You're saying like I was
Because when you're born, were you born a Muslim, or you had to do this ceremony to convert yourself into a Muslim?
Nope, I was born a Muslim.
Oh, okay. So what if she tries to convert? Oh, what if she's a Catholic and she tries to convert you to being Catholic?
Oh no, I won't, because like before we actually how do I say this? Like before we what do you call it? Like formalize the relationship, she needs to be either being able to accept my religion in the sense that I'll be a Muslim and I will try to convert her, or like she just do the bare minimum or whatever, but she'll be that or it won't happen. Simple as
Oh, I
that.
see. So that there is a requirement for the relationship. She has to be open to
Open to
it.
yeah.
Okay. What if?
And I don't know why, but well, I wouldn't say why, but lately they a source of mine been sending me a picture of Uzbekistan girls. They are beautiful. Holy shit!
The girls in the Middle East are very beautiful. I don't know why they don't get more love. Well, I guess because of the imagery that's portrayed in the media, right? Like
Right,
terrorists
right.
or bombers and all that stuff. But no, they're all beautiful and smart. And
Yeah.
they're starting a revolution over there, right? Like women are able to drive now,
Yeah.
which is silly to say, but that's a big step for them in the Middle East.
Yeah. Talking about women driving, I almost got run over by people, and this is like the sixth time in my life. When I look at the driver, it's women again. Sixth time in my life, all the drivers are women. Why?
But to be fair, Vashka, when you're crossing the street, you're supposed to look both ways.
I looks both ways twice. I'm leaving on the parking lot. I look at the car. The car doesn't move. Okay, I'm gonna drive, and then they pull back really fast. I'm like, yo, you saw me. I saw you. Why are you still
I
doing
don't know
this?
why. I guess I want to know what's the stats on auto vehicle accidents that are female versus male. Like, is there a
I think mostly male because they're.
is it though?
I think the only one who gets drunk and drive is only male, doesn't it? Do female drunk and drive? I don't know
I mean,
actually.
there are people and they drink, right? So, I want to know the stats because I'm pretty sure it's closer to 50-50, more closer to it than we think it is. That's what I'm thinking.
Because the big ones, like the big accident that I know of, most happen by
most
male.
happens by males.
Yeah. Especially young males though. That's the thing. Like
Because they're all trying to do like stupid shit like Tokyo drift in the middle of the freeway or something like that.
I don't know, a highway like super busy.
Yeah, or try to pass someone on the highway and end up hitting like a fucking pole or something. Like, This final topic. Let's talk about arranged marriages. Would you
Right.
be willing to be in an arranged marriage?
Yes.
Do you care where she's from or what kind of stuff? Like, I don't understand how arranged marriages is because it's not really common.
So what it is that like it depends on how it is because usually it's being done by
The parents,
the
right?
both of the brides and the
Yeah,
groom parents. Yes, is that they would be, for example, like their
yeah,
acquaintance, and they are, well, usually, like, like how parents are, like they always talk about their kids and whatnot, and like, hey, how are the kids
uh-huh.
and whatever, right? They says like, oh yeah, and they'll be like, oh, how old is your son right now, or how old is your daughter, and I'm just like this, and again I'm like, oh, so they're like around the same age, like are they like looking for, like, are, because especially like around our age by now,
Oh yeah.
it's an around age where they were, looking for like marriage
Oh, I
partners, right?
thought in your country you should have been married like yeah you should have been married like 10 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much. Now I should have like probably a kid by now, like a 3-year-old kid or so, and they would, like, like, yeah, wanna like meet them up, at least like the one that that I know of is like yeah, they would meet us up, like the son
Mm.
and the daughter, and then they like meet up, talk, like see if, like, yeah, how do you like them and whatnot, like, yeah, that'll make it work, then yeah, like, do you guys want to just, like, go steady and then, like, get married right away and whatnot, if you're interested in that, like some would ask that, then that's where you just go, like they just skip the thing and then, just skip all the dating part and just go for it, you know what I mean? That's the one that's usually now in
Mm.
my culture. But for like the older ones that I also know of, it's more of connecting families, mostly powerful
Mm.
families, or it's like a power families and a one that needs the family kind of
Mm.
thing, you know what I mean? Like their power,
Yeah.
their influence, and they married the mostly the daughter to the son of the thing, and the daughter usually have it rougher because she has to make herself appealing to the to the
Mm-hmm.
groom and stuff like that, and that's this it's more of a marriage for benefit, but like the one like nowadays, like the one that will be done, like you're probably talking about, it's gonna be about like like from friends to friends kind of thing,
Yeah. See,
usually like
like
parents, friends, and stuff like
when
that.
I think of arranged marriage, I think of the first one where it's just like okay, you're marrying this girl, you have no choice, right? But I was surprised to hear when you
Mm-hmm.
were telling me how like oh yeah my mom set me up with this girl. We met, and then we didn't
Yeah.
like it. We didn't like each other that way, so we just split. I was like, oh, you guys have a choice. That's weird. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we do have a choice. Yes, it's like, oh, it didn't work out. Okay, because what it is like your parents kind of like introducing girls to
Mm.
you kind of thing. You know what I mean? And that's normal. It happens a lot. If you, for example, like if you, most people, like, they just venture on their own and, like, find someone and do stuff. But some people don't really
Mhm.
do that, and it's been in the culture too since like way back then. That
But that's not really arranged marriage, though. That's like just setting up your kids for a date.
is what it is. It's That's what arranged marriage is, at least in my culture,
Really.
because it's arranged by the parents, right?
So if you guys like each other, you guys get married, or you just date.
Well, if you like, that's the thing. Like most of the time, you don't, like, you just skip the dating and just get married right away.
Because here it is somewhat somewhat common, I guess, to be set up by your friends or like your parents or whatever. But there's no marriage. Isn't the idea isn't marriage? It's just dating. Like, but so what I was reading online, like, because I was looking at like
Mm-hmm.
arranged marriage sites. Most of them are
Mm-hmm.
Indian, and they were
Mm-hmm.
saying like how those on those websites, the accounts made there aren't by the girls themselves, is by the parents. Usually against the will of the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the
Mm-hmm.
parents make the account and then the son sees the profile, it's actually parents talking to parents,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
when the son contacts the bride, the potential bride's account is the parents,
Mm-hmm.
and then the parents will be like, okay, I want to talk to your parents, and this is all done through that, which is I found kind of strange as well, but understandable, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
because India, I guess, is more traditional. I'll say,
I'd
yeah.
say, yeah.
Like I wouldn't mind being on that kind of sites, but from what I've read, India is very traditional. So meaning they're very picky about who they want, aka they only want Indians, and usually their preference is people that can speak the similar language as them. Yeah, because India is a big country with different languages. Right?
Oh yeah, a lot of the languages and
Yeah, so
accents and
they
stuff.
want
Yeah.
people to be able to speak whatever language they're speaking. So that's really tough in India, and also like, how can I say, it's like it's a third world country, right? So you have like
Oh yeah.
sexual harassments and stuff like that, and it's not fun being a woman over there, I'll say.
But by no means at all. Usually, like in third world country, being a woman sucked. But on a first world country, on the other hand,
They have more. They have more power. They have more power.
way more power. It sucks being a dude in a first world country.
It's kind of like the opposite, where he can get canceled. You know. Ideally, if you had to go through an arranged marriage, or get an mail order bride, where would you go? Russia, China?
Mail order bride. You said that a couple of times, and I'm still wondering what that actually means.
Oh, so mail order bride is you go online. Yeah, you get a bride, and then she'll fly over here, and you guys get married. That's what it is. It's like arranged marriage, but except the thing about mail order brides, of course, is a scam, right? Either you think you're talking to a Natasha, turns out to be Boris, and he steals your money, right? Or the other thing is, she turns out to be real. You sponsor her, you give her citizenship, she comes over here, and then she divorces your ass and takes all your money and and lives in Canada or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So there's always that risk.
There's always a risk.
Of course, but for mail order brides, you can go to anywhere. You can go. More commonly, it's Russia, but you can go to Asia and the Philippines, or you can go South America, stuff like that. So
South
it's more
America sounds like
common.
your thing.
More common. It's more common here to get mail order bride.
I don't hear any denial here, but all right.
I would like if I were to get a mail order bride, I'll probably go get one in Colombia or something like that. So if you were to get an arranged marriage or a mail order bride, where ideally would you want her to be?
Wait. Sorry. A real question here. Does it have to be a bride? Wait, is slavery not legal in Canada?
It's not slavery. It's not human trafficking.
Can I okay well can I buy like a pet, like a human pet kind of thing? Seems fun.
See, that's slavery. That's like a black market thing.
Can I buy it at the white market though? Is that legal? What's the
Okay.
closest white market? I'll buy it from the white market.
Okay, so where would you get a human pet then?
Wait, what? Sorry, no. I meant your original question. I thought we were done with that talk, and you just pull it back out again.
Yeah, I know, you disgusting animal.
So you're saying?
Yeah, so arranged marriage or mail order bride. Where would you go?
Yeah, probably somewhere Middle East.
Middle East, eh? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you would say Russia for sure, but
Why Russia?
because every time you talk about your ideal type, you always think Russian girls. Like, are you thinking of like stereotypical Russian girl, like the blonde hair, blue eyed kind of Russian girl?
I never. That I don't think I've ever actually said that.
Yeah, a few times.
I don't remember at all. Are you sure it's me?
Yeah,
My other personality? Are you sure?
unless that was like a couple of years ago, where every time I ask you, "Oh, what's your ideal type?" You're like, for some reason, a Russian girl always pops in my mind.
Russian girl? I don't know. Oh, no. I think you got it wrong. No, it's not a Russian girl. It's just that there's this Russian girl that fits my bill. Is what I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll send you the pic later. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I can't. It's not like I don't want to tell you guys what her name looked like. I just don't know how to pronounce her name. So
Oh, okay, gotcha. So for you want someone from the Middle East.
probably, yeah. I mean, I don't even want to get a meal. I'm probably just gonna live alone and die on my own. That sounds funner.
Yeah. Well, as
See, as you guys hear that just now, it came from the bottom of his heart. The first yeah. Yeah, when he goes like that, that's like him in depressed mode.
I was gonna say, like as Bashka said, I would probably get someone from the South Americas.
He's gonna buy her anyway.
Well, I was thinking like after COVID's done, we should continue our finding a wife series, right? Because originally that's what we wanted to do in Japan,
Hmm.
right? So maybe we can go to the Middle East for you, and then we can go to South America for me.
Hmm.
For me, example, I don't know if I would have a better chance in South America than I would in Canada. I feel like it's gonna be more or less the same.
Let's be real here. What chance do we ever have on anything? Let's.
Okay, let's talk about this because we kind of touched on it before, so let's bring it back up. What can we do to improve ourselves to be more appealing to the females?
Hanging ourselves somewhere high.
Oh, like climbing a mountain and be like, hey, we climbed Mount Everest. This is our achievements. Do you think it's because we don't dress the way we should, or our style isn't proper, or the way we talk?
We don't make enough money. That's all. Let's admit it.
I don't think so because I think it's more like, how can I say it? It's not the amount of money we make, it's more like the job title.
I don't know about the job title.
Because if we said we're laborers, then people would be like, oh, okay. But we said, oh yeah, we're supervisors or managers.
So you think we should? So you think we should do a double speak?
What do you mean by double speak?
Oh, you don't know double speak?
What's double speak?
So it's nowadays they call it's like a business jargon kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Making stuff that sounds bad, but not as bad. For example, like for a trash man, like the garbage man.
Yeah.
Instead of saying I work as a trash man, as a garbage man, saying like I'm a what was the word at that time? I remember, like a composite management or something like that, like management labor, stuff like that. It's like trying to make it sound more sophisticated when it's not at all. You know what I mean?
Gotcha, yeah.
Double speaking,
Mm,
making a jargon out of it.
I see. Well, how can I say, like,
Will that fix the problem?
that's
It
what
didn't change the title. It makes it sound better, but is it better? Not
because you
really.
say we don't make enough money, but then we both know that it doesn't matter if we make 10K or 100K, that other person isn't gonna be able to touch that money.
It does matter, dude.
But they're not gonna be able to touch our money, so why does it matter how much we make?
Not directly, but through us they could. You underestimated female capabilities, dude. They don't need to touch your money. You'll touch it for them.
I mean, fair
Oh
enough.
dear, you have zero experience with female, do you? They are a scary, scary being.
I guess because they're looking for that stability, right? To be able to financially support and be dependent or independent.
Well, that's for like like when they're at the age when they need to settle down. Yeah, but when they don't, woo, the stuff that they do is horrifying, dude.
so that's
Dangerous.
so that's the missing link that you think we have. It's we don't make enough money.
No, not at all. I think it's just that we don't have a. For me personally, like honestly answering though,
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough. What do you call it? Like encounter.
What do you mean by encounter?
We don't meet enough people.
Okay.
We don't meet enough people because by meeting people, we learn something from them, right? We learn about them. We learn about ourselves.
Yeah, and in a way, yes.
Yes, and then by repeating that, you start seeing how each people react to us, like by meeting us. They see us, for example, like maybe they look at us like I don't know, look at our hair and our hair's messy. They're kind of like looking at your hair and kind of like you could see their movement, like and when you talk to them, how engaged they are, how stuff like your human skill will be. I think it's just that I think our human skill and whatnot is just not. At least for me personally, I don't think I've met I don't have enough encounter to meet someone. And I don't really try to encounter either. So
I think that's the problem with our culture is going, the trend. It's very difficult to just randomly talk to someone versus now than it was back then, because everyone wants to keep to themselves, right? They're either on their phone or listen to music or something like that. And then if you talk to them, they'll be like piss off, right?
Dude, I was on a park. There was this like it was this like upper apartment block. There's like 4 different park in the area. I look at Google Map.
Yeah.
I was supposed to meet up with my friend to play tennis with them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went to the completely wrong park, and I asked this person like, well, there's like a what do you like a teenager girl or probably university girl just like walking, no headset, no nothing, just walk by. I'm like, excuse me, can you tell me? And then she just walked by, just like acknowledging my existence. Oh, okay.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Just with the next one, like, they're like, excuse me, do you know where this park is? Do you know like the tennis court? And there's this kind lady with a dog who's like, oh yeah, I think there's one over there. All right, thank you. I'm like, wow, some people got stuff up their bum hole. All right.
I think the younger, I guess maybe it might just be the age where the younger kids are like that, and the older people not so much. I don't know.
I don't know. What makes you think they behave that way though?
It's because it's social media or music or stuff like that. They want to be distracted. They don't want to interact with people.
No. There's nothing. They were not listening to music. There were nothing. Nothing. I could hear they don't wear a headset or whatever.
For her, it just might have been.
They just ignore someone, try and ask them a question.
Might have just been a bad day for her. You never know, right? She might have been just been in the mood.
I know, but I thought it's a courtesy. Sorry, I don't have time to talk to you, and then just walk away, not just ignoring someone.
Do you say that when you come across a bum who's asking for money?
Yeah, always.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, sorry, I got nothing for you, man. Walk away.
I see.
It's human courtesy, right? When there's an interaction, you don't just ignore someone.
I do that though.
Ignoring someone is never. Ooh, dude, that's.
No, I only do that to bums. I do that to bums.
Bums are humans too, dude.
I know, but I just like people always ask me for money and stuff like that. I just ignore them. But if it's someone who's like, "Hey, excuse me, can you tell me where this is?" I'll stop. Be like, "Oh, sorry, I don't know," or stuff like that. Or, "Hey, do you have the time?" Or like, "Yeah, sure, it's this."
Yeah. For me, I don't know. I don't care who it is. Like, be it a bum, I don't have money. I don't have money. I'm like, sorry, dude, got nothing for you.
Oh, interesting.
Walk away. If somebody asks me something, oh, it's just human courtesy, dude. It's like basic human interaction. Somebody talk to you.
It depends on the question for me.
How do you know what the question is?
Because usually bums are just like, money, spare change, got a quarter,
What if it's like something else? You don't know that, right? You just assume, right?
Okay. So if a bum comes in like, hey, brown boy, you got any drugs? You'd be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I got none with me. Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. So he's clearly crazy off his rockers. You're still gonna interact with this guy.
Well, he talked to me.
Oh.
Ignoring him is. Have you been ignored before in your life?
Yeah, constantly by you.
Yeah. No, just by just people in general. It sucked, dude. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter how many times it's been done. It sucks. It's not right.
It does, but I don't.
People. I don't think so.
I don't keep that to my heart, though.
You should.
Really? That's like one of the few things where I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. Just talk to someone else or something like that.
For me, not really. I just think like, oh, okay. So some people are assholes. All right.
It's different when it's your friends or family.
Well, if it's your friend, it's part of a joke or whatever, right? If it's like a random dude that you just like, you need help and you ask, there should be no reason to ignore someone like that, especially the people you don't know.
Like for me, I kind of expect it though. I like if they choose to ignore me, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I don't hold it against them. Like I kind of expect like for them to give me an answer, I'll be like, oh, sweet. They give me they took the time to come talk to me. Okay, cool. But if they choose to ignore me, I'm not gonna be like.
You think that's a difference in culture?
It might be. It might be. Is it because in Indonesia, right? Like when you talk to someone, they always respond, or?
Yeah, they always respond. I was like, hey, what's up? Like, what's up? Yeah, what? Like, they would do that. If they don't have time, they're like, oh, sorry, I got nothing. Then walk away.
Okay.
I think that like simple human interaction is like really, really precious. That's what I thought.
I see.
Especially with the people you don't know.
Even though people say Canadians are friendlier than some other countries, we're still, like, how can I say, geographically, we're still pretty close to where LA is. Right, so we're very close to that kind of culture, I guess. And I guess this is what LA people are like. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been to LA. So I wouldn't assume.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It kind of gives away our location. Maybe I'll edit that out.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I was
What?
thinking maybe we should go to Indonesia
Why?
because you want to keep the. Oh no, you don't want to keep the bloodline pure. But
No, not at all.
maybe I can just find an Indonesian girl over there and get married.
I think it's pretty. I don't know.
Yeah. What's the standards like? Are they have higher standards or lower standards?
They don't really do standards there.
Oh, they kind of just look at you and be like, you.
They because as far as I know, like they look at you and like how you look and like like a basic thing.
Yeah.
But when you talk to them and they would talk to you, that's for sure.
Oh, okay.
Because that's just the way it is, right? That's the way the culture is, I suppose. They would talk to you and they would listen. And they would see how you are, like as in like, for example, like how you talk and how you engage in conversation, whatever.
Yeah.
If they find you interesting, then they'll roll with it, kind of thing. Like, okay, I'll give it a chance. But if you do stuff that they clearly don't like, they'll just fucking walk away. It's like, well, yeah, not gonna work out. Peace, kind of thing. So.
How many people in Indonesia are fluent in English? Like what percentage of the country would you say?
Really low, I'd say, but it's better now, especially with internet and stuff.
Yeah.
So people are more like they could speak like the basic yes no kind of thing.
I see.
But then talking themselves, it might be pretty hard to understand.
Okay, gotcha. Because I guess that's like my only requirement. I guess is that they have to be fluent in English.
As in, like, you guys could understand each other?
Not so much. It's more like because I would prefer them to be here in Canada with me.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's kind of selfish, but it's just preference, right? I'm not saying I'm not willing to move wherever they are. I'm just saying I would prefer them to be in Canada because I want the kids to be raised in the Canadian environment. So for them to be able to...
Well, it makes the Canadian environment very special.
It's more relaxing, don't you think? Like when you went to school in Canada.
Oh yeah, it is relaxing.
Yeah.
It is relaxing, but what I'm saying is that Canada is more, what do you call it? Bland? Is that the right way to say it?
Would you say it's fair to say that there's more opportunities for education in Canada than other countries?
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, then there you go. It's all about
Easily,
building a better
yeah.
future for not just myself, but for the kids too, right?
Well, the thing is, like, when you said Canadian culture, you didn't say anything about school. You're talking about the environment, how they grew up.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
right?
I mean, work environment too, right? It's like...
If it's... Because, like, what I'm saying, like, because I'm talking about, like, the people interaction.
Yeah.
That's how kid grows up, by interaction,
Yeah.
right? By exposure to culture. But, I mean, sorry to say this to my fellow Canadians, but what's our culture?
The Canadian culture.
Like, what... Which is...
Which is American culture, I guess. Which is like...
And American culture is...
like... not lazy, but like more relaxed, not so strict. They care about labor laws and stuff like that. They're more... like being in Canada, like you feel like you're protected by these laws and rules. Even though sometimes they're used against you just because of work politics, but that's everywhere, right? But like if something happens to you at work, you're going to be covered and you're going to be safe, and that you'll get money for whatever happens to you,
I suppose.
And our healthcare system is really great.
I agree.
Luckily we live in the US where we have to pay for ambulance rides. We don't have to pay doctors to deliver babies. We get maternity leave. Not all countries have maternity leaves, right? Like you literally get paid to have a baby. That's stuff that makes you feel safe and covered here. So, which is why, if I had a choice, having the kid grow up here would be ideal. Not saying that I wouldn't go to another country and raise a kid, but I'm just saying ideally, here would be nice.
I see.
And then for my partner to be able to thrive in this country, she of course would have to be able to speak English fluently so she can communicate with people and get her points across. It's not like how can I say, like some Chinese people here, they don't they just never learn English and just go hang out in Chinatown or stuff like that and just speak Chinese all
I
day.
mean, if it works, whatever, right?
I mean, it works, but then like when you're interacting with people who don't know Chinese, it's difficult, right? Or if you get lost
True.
and you're trying to ask for directions and you only know Chinese, it's not going to work out.
Google Map, boy.
Well, not it's mostly the older generations, but actually it's a lot nicer now than it was back then, because now it seems like most people are conversationalist English. They may not be fluent, but they're able to communicate in English, which is nice.
Right.
Right. So I guess that's my requirement. I guess is for her to be able to speak English fluently. Like I'm down to learn her language too, whatever it may be. Like if it's Indonesian or Spanish or Korean or Japanese or whatever, I'm down to learn that too. Yeah. What about you? Does she have to learn Indonesian or anything like that?
No.
No. So she can speak.
As long as we can understand each other, whatever.
So if she's like,
Seriously.
"Boshka, ooh," and she's pointing at food, you're like, okay, sure, no problem.
Are we talking about my human pet or what? Because if it is, then she won't even be talking. That's
How dare you speak to me? Is that what you say?
more or less. Did you just order me?
Okay. Yeah, that's the end of my rants, basically.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful rant.
Well, but what about you though? Like, are you willing to stay in Canada, or you want to move out of the country for the relationship?
I want to stay in Canada. You crazy?
But okay, what if your partner was like, "Hey, I want to move. I want to raise a kid in America." Would you be down for that?
Have fun.
Oh, yeah. So, where are you?
I'll be here. You crazy? Why would I want to go to America? Sorry, American listener, but
I'm sure most of them feel that same way.
yeah.
Okay, what are some places you're willing to move to?
Maybe Japan. Japan seems fun.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but the labor there is difficult. I guess you can say it's better
Right.
now than it was back then, but it's still difficult.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we're not. What do you say this? We're not
Used to it?
No, we're not Japanese. You know what I
That
mean?
doesn't matter. Like,
It does matter. We got special special usage. Especially when it says like, oh yeah, we came from Canada. Oh, overseas.
I guess, but I wouldn't mind working long hours, but the fact is you're expected to work long hours without getting paid for it or get overtime for it. It's ridiculous to me. Like, fuck no.
No, it's only expected, but like you don't have.
I know,
to.
but then if you
And it says like your clock hour. Well, people are gonna look at you.
yeah,
coldly.
exactly. They'll be like, oh, what the fuck, this lazy asshole? What the fuck are you doing? You know?
Yeah. Hey, finish my job. Suck my toe. Stuff like that.
That's what I would do too. Like, I was like, no, I'm like, are you gonna pay my bills? Are you gonna pay for my food? No, then shut the fuck up. Go back to work.
There you go.
That's what I would do. But of course, like, it's not. You have to respect the culture and whatever country you're living in, right?
True.
Right. So you don't want to disrespect.
But that's up. But the thing is, like, it's not about disrespecting, right? That's their expectation,
Yeah.
right? When it comes to work, at
Yeah, yeah,
least. So, but why would I try to work slower so I could just stay longer? If I could get my job finished done on my time, why would I stay longer? That's inefficient. Peace.
Yeah, that's true. It also depends on the company too. Like, for us, if we're gonna move to Japan, or for you, if you're gonna move to Japan,
You're not.
I think about it though. I'll tell you something after the podcast. But okay, fine. If we move to Japan, we're probably not gonna be working in office jobs where they expected us to work overtime, right? We're probably gonna be working in
I don't know
like a grocery store,
where we are working right
Yeah.
now.
like a grocery store or a fish market, or I don't know, being a trans.
Oh, not really. If I go to Japan, I'm probably gonna do like teaching English and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I don't think I would want to
I
do
think
that.
that one does better. Why not? Well, I interact well with people, so
Right. But also because I'm a shitty teacher. You might be better at it than I am because you're very good at interacting with
Probably.
people. But for me, it's like I suck at teaching. I suck at explaining stuff. I'm not very good at it.
oh yeah, I can
Yeah,
see that.
for sure. I have trouble explaining shit to you and you get confused. Yeah, so that's the end of my Valentine's Singles Day rant.
Oh right, that was Valentine
Yeah,
talk.
supposedly. We
Completely forgot about it.
kind of went random, but we talk about Valentine's and relationships and expectations and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add before we sign off?
I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and hope you have a wonderful whoever's there with a special someone.
Sure. Enjoy.
Yeah. Okay. Bosh, do the outro.
Don't eat too much chocolate. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This is Full Odyssey episode 21. This is Boshka.
This is Alex.
We'll see you again next time. Goodbye.
Bye.